Oh Lord, we need your word.
He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. The Lord let a blessing to the readers, the hearers, and the faithful doers of His most holy and righteous word. I want to preach from this subject, fully covered. Fully covered. I'm not going to be with you alongside. I'm not one who portrays the image of prophetic dominance and that I believe I have all the answers to all of the ills that concern us in these times that we live in. I would ask you not to quote me on what I'm about to say in this introduction as if I got some major prophetic revelation, but I simply want to share some personal observations. I know you feel a little worried about a lot that's going on in our world. I know you feel a little worried about some of the things that's going on in our government and so many issues and so many things that are happening, and you feel a little bit worried and you feel a little bit concerned. But I want you to know that God's people don't have to be scared. God's people don't have to be afraid. God's people don't have to worry about what's going wrong. Because the one thing that we got to understand is that no matter what's happening around us, God is still in control. Whatever happens, God knows what's going on. As believers, we're blessed to be fully covered by God. See, the issue that we got is we tend to forget that God covers us. And we get ourselves mixed up with what the world gonna do, what people gonna do, how people might be able to help us. But we got to remember, people don't be able to help us like only God can help us. There's some things that you've got to recognize. There's a select group of people under the sound of my voice who may need to be reminded that with Jesus on our side, things will work out fine. We are fully covered. When I say we're fully covered, I'm saying that we are the beneficiaries of the amazing grace of God. In our world, we're familiar with insurance coverage. In most instances, most of us are familiar with the idea of having life insurance, health insurance, homeowners insurance, but most notable is car owner insurance. There are so many companies to choose from. Farm Bureau says that they've just seen just about everything. They cover it all. Nationwide say they're on your side. And they can protect you from mayhem. State Farm says, like a good neighbor, they're always there. Liberty Mutual says that you only pay for what you need. You can always go with the general and save some time. Progressive lets you name your price. Then there are two types of auto coverage that we can choose from. At the least, we must carry liability insurance. The downside to liability insurance is that if your car is damaged or stolen, you're personally responsible for getting it fixed yourself. On the other hand, we can also choose to have what's called Tyrone full coverage insurance. Full coverage insurance, Tyrone, is good because that means no matter what happened, whether folk have insurance or not, whether folks steal your car or not, whether folk can take care of your coverage is going to cover everything because you got what's called full coverage insurance. But as believers, we're blessed to have full coverage assurance. I'm going to preach in just a few minutes. It means that we are divinely assured that the God of our salvation will always take care of us and He'll supply every need we have. So no matter what breaks down in our life, no matter what gets broken in our life, what's matter what the devil steals from us, it doesn't matter what happens, we're still fully covered. Somebody here, the enemy stole your joy, but I want you to file a claim with the heavens. I want you to go along and say, I need to get my joy back. I need somebody who's been broken down by the vicissitudes and cares of life. You've been ran into a wreck in your life, feel like it's all wrecked up. I need somebody to file a claim with the heavenly adjusters. And I believe if you file a claim with heaven, they're going to take care of you. Watch this. What heaven will do is take care of everything. And with heaven, you automatically got what's called gap insurance. You know, George, if you ain't got gap insurance, if your car totaled, they're only going to give you what the blue book says. But I'm glad that we got another book. That when God is on the case, He gonna give you everything that book said. He gonna prove your value based on that heavenly book, not some blue book value. I want you to know your life is so valuable to God that God's not just gonna fix you up just to pad you. He's not just gonna fix you up just to band-aid you. I want you to know that God gonna make you brand new. He gonna fix everything that's going on. Whatever grief you got, He gonna fix your heart. He gonna fix your smile. He gonna fix your joy. Whatever turmoil you got, whatever you worried about, God said, I'm gonna make you whole. File your claim. When was the last time you filed a claim? When was the last time you gave it to God and left it in the hands of the adjuster? One thing about the heaven's adjuster, you ain't got to keep calling them. You ain't got to worry about them checking up on you. You ain't got to worry about heaven trying to see if you're going to get everything that you're supposed to have. If you have any damage, heaven going to take care of it. According to the text, I want to show you the benefits of having full coverage and being fully covered by God. According to the text, we have the benefit of being fully covered by God's divine presence. The text says, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High. I want to deal with the word dwell for a minute because it comes from the Hebrew word yashab, which means to sit down, settle, remain, and inhabit. You'll notice that God is described as the Most High. The name Most High is a variation of the title El Elyon, which means God is the uppermost, the supreme, and the sovereign God. He's in control of everything. It means that those of us, here it comes, who consciously make a personal choice to have closeness with God will be comforted by His presence. This is good news because that means that the secret place of His presence is a private place where we have peaceful fellowship with God. I want somebody to know that when you're in the secret place, you're unavailable for the symptoms of chaos. There are some of you who are too invested in chaos because you haven't escaped into your secret place. There are times when people will be trying to talk to you, trying to encourage you, be trying to help you, but you'll be spiritually unavailable at the moment because you spiritually wandered off to the secret place. You might not think that people can help you and understand you, so what you do is you let them talk, but you know that all your help really comes from the Lord. Sometimes, Sister Lacey, you got to escape from foolishness. Yeah, come on, Cashapp, please don't miss this. Every now and then you got to make yourself unavailable for foolish brothers. Yeah, Tay, you got to make yourself unavailable for nincompoop sisters. You gotta make yourself unavailable for the chaos that's going on around your life. Sometimes your stress ain't because of you, it's because of everybody else you got around you. Sometimes, yeah, Sister Cassandra, you got to learn how to slip off into the secret place. Right now, Aisha, I believe God got you in a secret place because there's some stuff He needs to deal with you on in private. Yeah, I feel y'all coming in now. Yeah. You got high regard for your mama's input, but mama, I need to hear from God. You value your daddy, Jasmine, but daddy, I need to hear from God. I appreciate you, Bishop, for your sound doctrine, but here's a time when I really need to hear from God. When God is dealing with you in the secret place, your friends can't find you. Your loved ones be thinking that you acting funny. People be thinking that you acting stuck up. But the reality is you ain't acting funny. You ain't stuck up. You just ain't got time for foolishness. You off somewhere in the secret place because you're covered by God's divine presence. God gonna show you who He is for you in the secret place. Lulu, this is when he deals with you, Lulu, all by yourself. And he said, Lulu, I don't know what your family thinking, but they don't trust like you trust. I don't know what your friends thinking. I don't know what everybody around you thinking, but I need you and me to get on one accord. I need you to know that I'm going to bring you out. And if don't nobody else believe in me, I want you to believe in me. And I want you to know that you're covered by my presence. You heard about what I can do. You talked about what I can do, but I want you to witness and experience all by yourself what I can do. I'm talking about think when it seems like can't nobody else understand. It's a matter of God being with you and not concerning yourself with what everybody else might be telling you. It's just about what God is. Did God say son gonna be healed? I don't know what the doctor said, Sister Mason, but did God say they coming out? I don't care what the school system said, Joy. Did God say your son gonna graduate? What did God say? Gotta get away from people because you're covered by the presence of God. And Tyrone, that's how come you don't need to smoke no weed. You don't need that brown liquor. All you need to do is get in the secret place with God. Yeah, I know y'all be studying. Yeah, puff, deal. Yeah, I don't know the routine. I heard about it. I'm just saying. I don't know, but there's a time when you got to put that stuff down and get into the secret place. Why don't you see what God can do? I want you to see how high God can get you. Yeah, I want you to see, Jasmine, how settled God will get you. You get that liquor so smooth as that picture, all in a mellow mood. I dare you to get into the secret place with God. And I dare you, you ain't going to have no hangover. You'll get through it, and you ain't got to worry about no headache. You ain't got to worry about the after effects. If you get into the secret place with God, you're covered by His presence. Covered by His presence. Look into your life. Get away from those fake friends. All those people who you're around all the time. They're not covering you. I dare you to need something right now. Let me hold $5 right now. But when they come to you, you always available. You got to make yourself unavailable for people who don't want to do nothing but use you. You got to get yourself into the presence of God. You're about to see that all you needed was to be in the presence of God. And in His presence, He's going to comfort you, He's going to console you, and you're going to soon discover that all you really ever needed was to spend quality time with God. Not only do we have the benefit of being fully covered by God's peaceful presence, but we also got the benefit of being covered by God's prominent power. Somebody say prominent power. The word prominent means stand out, particularly noticeable, and easily seen. George, this is powerful for here. It says that he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Notice that the God that we serve is described as the Almighty. The Almighty is a variation of the title El Shaddai. Comes from the root word mountain. Describes that God is full of strength and power. Who else do you need if you got a God that's full of strength and power? His power is so prominent, it stands out above any other power. He can do what no other power can do. It's the best power available. God is the one who can restore you. God is the one who can revive you. God is the one who can keep you. God is the one who can renew you. God is the one who can strengthen you. God is the one who can lift you. God is the one who can heal you. God is the one who can guide you. God is the one who can lead you. God is the one who can sustain you. God is the one who can raise you up. God is the one who can give you joy. God is the one who can give you peace. God is the one who can ease your pain. And God is the one who can ease your mind. God is the one who can remove your stress. God is the one who can conquer your depression. God is the one who can override your despair. God is the one who got all power. And you got His permanent power. You fully covered by His power. I'm preaching to some folks who need you know that God's power will come for you through somebody else's issues while still giving you time to deal with your issues. That's how come Vic, sometimes you be wondering how come God let folk come to you while you going through it. But because it's powerful and so prominent, Vic, he says, I'm going to strengthen you while you strengthen somebody else. Y'all ain't saying nothing. And see, Vic, your faith is in the fact that I know I'm all right. I'm just going to do the will of God. Because if God put somebody in my path, I got to try to be a blessing to them, knowing that God already taking care of me. That's how come some of y'all don't realize it. You think everybody called on you just because they need you now. God sends folks to you, and you don't even realize how strong and anointed you are until God lets you go through some rough stuff and still have to deal with other folks' stuff. I wish I was preaching to some people who would be real with me. That's how come parents have an anointing with sons and daughters be going through tough stuff, and you and your spouse be going through tough stuff too. How could God be so powerful that you can be stressed out but still help your daughter through her stress? How can God be so powerful that you can have issues in the real world and have to deal with your children in their little imagination world? That's because God got permanent power. He got you covered, Kenny. He ain't gonna let you crack up just because your family going through some hard times. He got permanent power. He ain't gonna let you give up just because your family going through some tough stuff. You're anointed. You covered by the permanent power of God. Y'all think it's all about me. It ain't all about me. Y'all think it's all about you. It ain't all about you. You covered by God's power. How you make it through that power? How you overcome that God's power? And the fact that people asking you is what makes his power so prominent. They're asking you how you making it because there's something about you that's standing out. They don't understand how it is that you survive in the way you survive it. They don't understand how it is, Joy, that you maintain in the way you maintain it. That's because they don't know the power that you walk with. They don't know the power that's covering you. It ain't got nothing to do with your money. It ain't got nothing to do with your job. It ain't got nothing to do with your status. It ain't got nothing to do with your prestige. Somebody shout, I got power. And I got God's power. I got permanent power. I got power that'll help me. I got power that'll shift me. I got power that'll take care of me. I got power. Somebody shout, I'm coming. I'm coming. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Somebody shout, I'm coming. Every issue, I'm coming. What about the problem in the marriage? Say, I'm coming. What about the issue with the children? Say, I'm coming. What about the stuff going on in your body? Say, I'm coming. Say, I'm coming. My God. Permanent power. Yeah, you thought you was going to mess me up because you don't want me no more. You thought wasn't nobody going to want me because you don't want me no more. You thought I was going to be somewhere broke down because you thought I was riding with you just because you thought you was over me. You thought you were conquering me because you had a little money. You thought you had a little prestige. You think it's all about you. It ain't never been about you. You ought to be glad I spent time with you. Because it was me that made you look good. And what happened was when I made you look good, you got cocky. You got beside yourself. Yeah, Brother Lacey, you weren't hitting on much. You was all right. But when Sister Lacey got a hold of it, boy, you start wearing bow ties, look like a movie. Boy, you start dressing up. Boy, I thought you stepped out of GQ magazine. I didn't know what was going on. I said, it must be a good woman somewhere. Let me back up. God covers us with his power. Finally, not only do we have the benefit of being covered by God's presence and his power, we also have the benefit of being covered by his protection. Verse to the right, it gets personal. And sometimes, church, you got to get personal. He has his own view of God. He says, I will say of the Lord. Sounds like he had an experience that he could reference. I'll say this about God. He is my refuge, and he is my fortress. The word my, and he got real personal. He ain't just But what David is saying is, what I'm trying to do is change my experience. I've had personal experience of understanding that God is my refuge. This means that God will personally protect each one of us. And watch this, he protects each one of us based on our own individuality. He knows what each one of us needs. David said he's a refuge, he's a fortress, meaning that he's protection. He's defense. And I know somebody in here got that same testimony. Well, he's been my refuge. He's been my protection. He's been my fortress. He's been my defense. I know somebody listening to me may have been in a place in your life where you felt like it was over, but you found out God could do something about it. You was in a place that you felt like you couldn't make it. You felt like it was too hard to go on. Can I see some witnesses who would be honest with me and say the truth is, I could have had a nervous breakdown by now, Bishop. The truth is, I'm still here because God is protecting me. You see, Bishop, he ain't just protecting my outer, he protecting my inner. Bishop, I want you to know that my mind could have been bad, but because God protected my inner. Bishop, I want you to know that it got rough on me, but it didn't look like it because God wouldn't let me look like what I was going through. Bishop, if I could be real with you, I'm sitting here now and I got some stuff going on. If I could testify, I'll tell you that I'm almost at the point where I don't feel like I can even get a prayer through. But Bishop, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and everything he done for me, I've got to remember that he's protecting me. God doing something even in the midst of what you're dealing with. There's some awful stuff going on around you, but God ain't letting it get you. There's some awful stuff going on your street, but God ain't letting it get you. There's some awful stuff going on in your house, but God ain't letting it get you. I wish somebody here help me give God praise for being a protector. You see, God will protect you. Anybody else can go through it, but God will do something special to pull you out. You ever wonder why there could be a tornado in the house on the left of you, in the house on the right of you, got trees everywhere, got debris everywhere, but you look out your front door and ain't nothing but a few grass leaves in the yard? That's because God is your protection. You ever notice that you can be going through some things and that God will protect your mind? I want somebody to understand that as long as God is who he is, you're always going to be protected. I know some folks don't like it, but it's some of you all listening to me who get mad at God when stuff don't work in your favor. As long as things are good, you hallelujah. You thank you, Jesus. You act like God is amazing. But when God takes you through some challenges, when God takes you through some tests, you start blaming God. You start acting like you ain't got faith no more. As soon as you got sick, you start panicking. As soon as you got the bad news, you start panicking. But don't you know if God protected you while you was in good standing, that he's still going to protect you when it looked like you're going through some tough times? You think God ain't fair because God is doing you wrong. But can I ask you a question? Was God unfair when you didn't pray, but he still took care of you? Was God unfair when he kept a roof over your head and you didn't even personally thank him? Was God unfair when he allowed you to go anywhere you wanted to go, but you wouldn't take time on Sunday to give up some time? Was God unfair when he allowed you to make good money and earn a good living and you won't even get him a dime out of every dollar? Was God unfair when he kept you safe time and time again and you didn't even have enough decency to say, Lord, thank you? Was God unfair when he kept you from the enemy's plot? Was God unfair when he let the robbers miss your house? Was God unfair? So I want you to think like this? How can I afford to be covered like this all night and all day? I got angels watching over me. What kind of protection is there? All the time that I walk through life, I got security watching over me. What kind of protection is there? How can you afford to have somebody with you 24/7, always watching, always protecting? Ain't that expensive? There's got to be some expensive coverage. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't pay for it. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I didn't pay for it. That man named Jesus. One Friday, he went to a cross. He died to take care of me. They buried him in a grave, y'all. But on the third day morning, he got up with all power. All I'm trying to tell you is I ain't have enough money to pay for this kind of coverage. But Jesus paid it all. Is there anybody glad that Jesus paid it all? He paid it when they beat on him. He paid it when they whipped him all night long. He paid it when they put nails in his head. He paid it when they smashed him in the side. Is anybody glad? Is anybody glad that Jesus paid it all? I want to encourage somebody to lift your voice and tell the enemy, I don't care what you throw my way, I'm covered. I don't care what you're trying to do in my family, we covered. I don't care. You gotta get your hands off my grandchildren, they covered. You gotta get your hands off my sons and daughters, they covered. You gotta get your hands off my marriage, it's covered. You gotta get your hands off my money, that's covered. You gotta get your hands off my health, it's covered. Somebody throw your hands up and say, I'm covered. In the name of Jesus, I'm covered. I ain't gonna worry about it. I'm covered. They're trying to mess with us. I found out the other day that my wife lost about $30,000 in a 401k. I told my wife, don't worry about it. We covered. The same God who took care of us is Lord. He still will. He still will. He'll take good care of us. God is able to turn things around. I know you got some hurt. children are going through some things. The family is going through some things. My body is going through some things. I'm a little weary. I'm a little worried. But God, I'm going to tell you about it. Is there anybody here who want to file a claim? Do me a favor and just dial 111. That's the emergency line. One for the Father, one for the Son, and one for the Holy Ghost. Hello, this is heaven speaking. What can I do for you? Heaven, I've had a few accidents. Heaven, the enemy that stole my joy. Heaven, distress that stole my peace. Heaven, I got a lot of worry on me. I want to file a claim. When they ask you a question, is your insurance, is it paid up? Well, all I can tell you is, Jesus already paid it. So just talk to Jesus and ask him about my pain. Tell the Lord, how do you know Jesus